Hi, and welcome to Take Time to Create. This is where we take time out of our everyday lives to create new and wonderful things. Today we're going to work on another canvas, and we're going to do a fabric watercolor canvas. I have a 9 by 12 canvas, and I just prepped it with some folk art, and this is in vintage white. It's got a little yellow, just a hint of a yellow, very, very pretty color. And I painted the top and the sides because I didn't want it white. If you want to leave it white, that's fine too. And I have some very thin, very gauzy, flimsy cotton fabric. And you want a very flimsy fabric for this. Reminds me of like a summer dress, very billowy, very pretty fabric. And it is all white. So you can see there's a slight difference between the colors. All right. So what we're going to do is put your gloves on. Like all of the other canvases, we're going to put a heavy gel down, and then we're going to soak the fabric in a lighter gel and kind of mush it around. This is Gloss Heavy Gel by Liquitex, and this is what I will put on the bottom, and it's a pretty transparent gel. Then I'm going to take this, I know it's matte and it's a gloss, but the other one's underneath the fabric. It's not going to make any difference, but I want to use a matte for the top of this. And this one I'm just going to put some in a bowl. I'm always surprised at how much you need of the gel, how much the fabric soaks up. It just surprises me. So I am just scooping out in my little tub there, and I'm just putting it on the top. I want to make sure I get to the edges, but you don't have to go over the edge. I'm going to leave everything on the top. I'm not wrapping this canvas, similar to how I do all the other ones. Since this is a pretty small canvas, I am going to put this layer on the whole thing. Is this a necessary layer? I don't know. Would the fabric adhere if I did not put this layer? Probably. But I just like to be extra careful. All right, let me do this and I'll be right back. All right, I have that heavy gloss gel all around my canvas. Now I'm going to, I'll scoot this over. Now I'm going to take the matte medium. The gloss medium would work. This is just another gel, and it is not as heavy, and this will really allow me to play with this. It'll allow me to keep using it. Now this will make everything nice and wrinkly, and this is a cotton, so yes it will be wrinkly. That's the way cottons go, but that's okay. I want the texture. I want it to look a little messy. I don't want it to be perfect straight lines. I love the way this turns out. I got this fabric when I was at Art Venture in Phoenix in January. It was one of the packs that we got for one of the classes that we took. Really cool. I did take a class where we did learn how to watercolor on this fabric. So I have watercolored. I just haven't done this technique. When I watercolored, it was a little different what we did. So I'm excited to see how this all turns out, a little different than what I learned. So what we're going to do is place it on here and make sure that the fabric is completely saturated. And I am just putting it on the edges, and then I'm just letting it kind of do its thing. And my fabric, I cut it about that wide, really exact. And it's a little bit longer than my canvas. That way I can get a lot of really cool textures. And this gloss gel that I'm soaking it in is perfect because I am able to prep the fabric for the watercolors, because watercolors will just soak right in. This lets me have it a little up. Oh yeah. Cool. All right. Not the most exciting thing on the planet. It'll be a lot more exciting when it is time to watercolor. So let me finish this and I will be right back. Okay, so now I finished putting it on, and oh, I love the way this looks. This is so pretty. I might just leave this. This is really pretty. So I'm going to leave this overnight. You could heat set it with a heat tool, but I don't want to burn anything, so I'm just going to set it aside and work on another project. Now is the time to really look at it from different angles, straighten out anything you want. If you want it more bumpy, kind of pull the fabric up. If you want it more flat, then press it down. So now is the time to make it exactly what you want, because once it's dry, it's not going anywhere. All right. Let me let this dry, and I will come back in about 24 hours and I will see you then. Welcome back. Now this canvas is all dried. I let it dry for a couple days, I didn't get back to it after 24 hours, but it's fine. It'll keep. I actually am in love with it like this. It is absolutely gorgeous. I might just do a canvas like this and leave it because it is so pretty. And I know it's kind of bright with the lights, but oh, I really love it. I love the texture. I'm happy with it. I think it's great, but we're going to watercolor over it. So let me show you what we're going to do. So this has been prepped with that gel medium, so it will be able to accept the paint and not just soak right into the fibers of the fabric here. But what I want to do is lightly spritz it with some water. Just lightly, just like this. I don't want to soak it. I don't want to oversaturate it. And that's just because I want it to kind of live on top, and then I want the watercolors to flow together. I'm going to be using Prima watercolors, and I have two palettes. I have the Tropical set and the Odyssey set that I will be playing with, mixing the two. Really use what you have. Watercolors are, you know, everywhere right now. They're super duper trendy, but use what you have. And let's see here. Maybe I can scoot things over and you can kind of see what I'm doing. This is the Odyssey set there. And then this is the Tropical set. And I'm not really doing any mixing. I'm just going to put it straight on, and my Tropical set kind of got all mushed together, but that's okay. That happens. So I have a little bit of water over here on the side off camera, and I'm just going to paint. And like I said, I have not done this exact technique before, but we're going to see what happens. Oh, I had some green on there. Well, that's cool. I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate it. I kind of like it. That's a happy accident. We're gonna. Oh, cool. Look how pretty that is. All right. Get a little more water. This soaks up a lot of water, so just understand that as you're doing it, and it's kind of soaking in. You'll have darker, you'll have lighter. This is not a detailed technique, so if you think you're going to make a detailed flower or a detailed landscape or house or a portrait, I don't think you're going to happen with this technique. But that's okay. This technique is so much fun. All right, I think I want to take this blue here, London, and kind of take a different blue and mix it around a little bit. And I do love that green in there. I was thinking this can kind of be an ocean, but we're going to kind of go up to a sunset-ish. What we're going to do is we're going to add some yellows into the sky. I really like this Inca color up here. This is really pretty. We're going to add some yellows, and we will add that purple. We'll add some other colors. We're just kind of getting some colors going, some yellows. I think I'm going to add this other yellow over here, just a little different, just a little bit of textures. Oh, my brush is just a number 22 from Royal and Langnickel, so just a regular watercolor brush. colors start to run and they start to bleed, you can really tell the nooks and crannies and crevices that are all going on. And yeah, I like that. Cool. All right. I'm liking down below. Let's add some more blue, because we want some darker and some lighter. I'm going to dry this top layer so I don't make mud. Then I will add some other layers on top. All right, so now it's a little drier now, so I won't get as much bleeding going on, but I can always spritz it with water if I want to. But it's nice to control the yellow a little bit so it's not going to bleed into things and make things muddy. Since yellow is such a light color, you want to be careful with it. So pretty. And I'm going in with this Tropicals number 21, so I'm just kind of going back and forth using these colors and just experimenting and seeing what I like. I'm figuring this out for next time, because I am definitely doing this technique again. To take the purple from the bottom and add that to the top just to add some continuity. That's why I put some blue at the top. That way things look like they connect together. And I think I'm going to need to put just a little bit of yellow into the blue areas, just so we know that things are supposed to all go together, so it doesn't look disjointed. What I'm going to do is let this dry, and since this is a new project for me, I'm going to kind of see how it sits, see what I like, see what needs to be added. So let this sit, and then we'll be right back. All right, I let it sit for a little bit, and I decided I didn't like how patchy it was, so I'm taking my spray bottle and very lightly, very gently, just spraying just a teeny tiny bit of water and letting the paints move. I'm not controlling it. I'm not telling it where to go. I'm leaving it flat on my table and letting the dips and valleys and canyons and crevices, I'm letting the canvas decide where the paint is going to go. Oh, I really like that, because the paint is telling me where it wants to go, what it wants to do. All right, so this painting is dry and I'm absolutely impatient, and I forgot to turn on the camera when I added microbeads, and you can't really see them in the camera, but I added microbeads down here in the water, and oh, they look so pretty. They are iridescent microbeads, and I just put a clear gel and then I just added them on, and I have to say, they're awesome. They just made that beautiful little detail. And sorry, I didn't have my camera on. I was just so impatient. I just had to get going, and then I realized, you know how it is. So now we've got ocean and we've got some sky, and I brought some of the purple into the ocean and I brought yellow in so that things married together. Now it's time to add some metallic, and I have this Prima Marketing Metallic Accents watercolor paint because, well, we just need more shimmery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some shimmery metallic accents on top of this. And I have just a large flat watercolor brush, and I just dip it in there. Now these Prima metallic colors, you want to soak them first, so I just sprayed a little water because the pans are really hard and it'll take just a little bit to get through. For this one, this is all 100% dry. If you recall at the beginning, I sprayed it with water so that things move. But now I want to have this dry and just put wet watercolor onto dry paint. And I'm just going to take some blue, dip it in the water, and I'm just letting some metallic shine come through. And I'm just going to kind of let it do its thing. Let it go where it wants, and I'm just adding some pretty blue. And put some blue down here. And it's okay if things go in cracks and crevices. It's all right if it wants to go wherever it wants to go, because this is water. And put some of the blue on top of other colors. Oh yeah, this is looking so pretty. Alright, so I'm all done adding my metallic accents, and I have to say I really loved it. I just think it needed that little tiny detail. And I'm going to be adding some white to the white caps just at the very tops of the water here. I did dry it so the tops are dry so that it doesn't blend too much. And I did end up using some purple and some of this yellowy color, yellow up here and purple in the ocean. Wet your brush. And I am just going to put just a tiny bit. And if it bleeds, that's fine. If it runs, that's fine. But I just want that accent of white here and there. And it will kind of be absorbed in, which is fine. I know watercolors are so super trendy right now. And my advice to you is if you have watercolors, just play with them. Just pull them out, play with them, see what they can do. Don't let your supplies just sit around and rot. You want to use your art supplies. You bought them for a reason. Lots of tutorials and experiments. See what watercolors can do, what they can't do. See what happens. Like I said, I'm playing with it on fabric, and I'm really happy with how it's going. Oh, so cool. All right. I think that is the end of that. I am in love with this. Oh, I have to say, I am so super happy with how this turned out. And I'm going to let this dry completely. I'll put some close-up pictures at the end so you can really see all of the detail of this abstract ocean and sunset sky, because this is very abstract. It's the idea of it. Thank you so much for watching. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and on my blog, so you can like and follow me there, as well as on my YouTube channel. So give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.